Alright Hoops fans, welcome back to CeltsOnTV, where the January transfer window is basically a group chat. Half truth, half, my mate's cousin saw a suitcase, and one guy shouting, "Here we go," at a toaster. January is well underway, the window is open, and Celtic fans everywhere are refreshing their phones like it's a fitness test. So let's slow it down, separate signal from noise, and look at what's actually being said around Celtic right now. We'll split this into three parts: confirmed business, credible reports, and pure rumour fuel. Let's start with the easy one. Confirmed business. Celtic have officially brought in Julian Araujo on loan from Bournemouth until the end of the season. That's a real signing. A real player. More real than my AI-generated ass. And the first time this month the rumour mill has been forced to take a wee tea break. Now for some credible reports. First, the winger situation. And news just in there: Jocelyn Tarby has joined Sunderland. So Celtic have to pivot. And the next name in the frame is Ignacio Laquintana at Red Bull Bragantino, with talks reported around a possible loan deal. Translation: the Celts were picking up a winger. Their medical said, not today, but Sunderland said okay. And now recruitment are back on the phone like Jim White on deadline day. Now to the name with the most substance behind it. Let's look at Carlo Holz. Again via Anthony Joseph, Celtic are reported to have held talks with FC Noord-Zeeland over a potential move. The fee being discussed is around £2 million, with interest from clubs in France as well. Translation: this one is real enough to monitor closely, but not real enough to book a medical or start learning the words to "You'll Never Walk Alone" just yet. Now, one name you may have seen doing the rounds on Twitter is Liam Miller, the Canadian winger. A very similar name to another Celtic legend who sadly passed away in 2018. Miller, spelled with an A, is 25 years old, and his name has been mentioned by transfer reporter Ekrem Connor, suggesting possible interest involving Celtic and Basel. What's driving this rumour is the player profile rather than progress, pace, international experience, and the ability to play across the front line. All things Celtic have looked for before. So for now, this one sits firmly in the category of possible, plausible, but unconfirmed. Now, one rumour that gathered a lot of traction very quickly was Callum Wilson. Reports suggested Celtic had explored the possibility of a move, which immediately set Twitter into detective mode, calculators out, wage figures flying around, and everyone trying to work out how realistic it actually was. However, speaking on Sky Sports, Martin O'Neill moved to cool that one down pretty sharply. He said,
I thought he was going elsewhere.
Which, in transfer window terms, is about as clear as it gets. It seems he is away to Al Shabab. So for now, that link looks less like a live negotiation and more like one of those rumors that grows legs online before it ever reaches the training ground. File this one under, briefly interesting, but not one to chase. Beyond Callum Wilson, there have been a few other striker names mentioned online, but at the moment they sit firmly in the speculative category. Kevin Denke has been referenced due to his profile and output abroad, but there's no confirmation of talks. Other familiar names like Adam Eider and Lawrence Shankland have surfaced again, more as part of the usual January conversation than any clear indication of movement. As things stand, there's plenty of discussion, but very little substance. Now on to defensive and squad depth links. In their not glamorous but absolutely necessary category, Celtic have recalled Stephen Welsh from Motherwell. That's the club quietly saying, we're not going into a busy spell with one centre-back and a prayer. Another name doing the rounds is Chi Sonder, linked as possible right-back cover and competition for Alistair Johnston. A valuation of around £3 million has been mentioned. No confirmation, but positionally, it makes sense. This feels like a monitoring plus situation rather than anything imminent. Now, the familiar names that pop up, every window has them. Strahinja Pavlovic has resurfaced via analytics and fan accounts, again. No fresh tier 1 reporting this time. More long-term interest than January movement. And Leo Abadar continues to be mentioned, largely around contract timing, not an imminent deal. Right, before Twitter gets carried away, let's ask the only voice in the room without a timeline or a profile picture. Supercomputer, assess the window. Right, translation. Transfer model summary. Confirmed moves, minimal. Active negotiations, limited. Monitoring targets, multiple. Certainty level, low to moderate. Pattern detected. Depth signings prioritized. Winger profile targeted. Risk appetite, cautious. Conclusion. Deals will happen quietly. Leaks will happen loudly. Most tweets will be wrong. Thanks for the insight, Super C. Okay, looking ahead to the next match. And yes, the Celts' next game is Auchinleck Talbot. I know what you're thinking. And yes, I have been taking Scottish lessons to be able to pronounce that. We'll save the full breakdown for the next episode. Before we wrap up, a reminder. All the TV channels worldwide showing Celtic matches are listed over on CeltsOnTV.com. That's the whole point of the operation. The window is open. The rumors are flying. I am wearing my yellow tie. And somewhere, a striker is being tracked on a spreadsheet held together by hope and conditional formatting. This is Celts on TV.